There it is, 21 years old. This is a 2004 Matrix XRS in cosmic blue metallic. It's got a few bruises on it, and it will continue to get some more over this winter. A lot of you know that follow the channel. I love the old Toyotas, especially from the 90s and 2000s. Those things last forever. This is my first gen RAV4 or RAV 4.1. This is from 1999. It's probably got 450,000 on it. And this thing just keeps on going. It's all-wheel drive, amazing in the winter. This thing will outlast most other vehicles on the planet, except maybe not the Matrix. So this is the deal. This is the one I was looking for. This is the XRS version. And it's not just a badge stuck on there. This is a whole different beast than the regular Matrix or the RS version. So I picked this thing up end of last winter. I bought it on a Sunday. It was -20, and it was in this northern town. And the guy I bought it from was like this gangster hillbilly. So the whole thing was a bit sketchy. I drove it home, and the tires were flat and nasty and bald. I drove it home. A buddy of mine drove me up there and followed me back. Hey, thanks, Whit. Say, like this guy. He almost got it. I wasn't sure if it was this guy's car, but it turned out it was okay, and I registered it on the Monday, and I've been driving it ever since. I think I've done at least, about 20,000 miles on it. I use it to commute. It's fast as fuck. Keep dancing. Move to the beat. This engine is a 1.8 liter, same size as the other Matrix models, but this is the 2ZZ version. This engine they also used in the Lotus. This is a Toyota 1.8 liter with a Yamaha head. It's just an absolute blast of an engine. High revving, it loves it way up high. There's a few things that scream, this isn't your regular Matrix. This guy shows 180 kilometers an hour at 12 o'clock on the speedo. That's around 112 miles per hour. The other difference is the RPM gauge redlines at 8,300 RPM. Another thing that says I'm not a regular Matrix is the 6-speed transmission. This one isn't the original engine. The original engine probably was wrung out years ago, and that's what happens to these. You know, if you pick one of these up, you got to be careful. Although you can get these JDM engines fairly easy. They're around $4,000, I believe. This one has definitely had some massaging done to it for sure. I can tell the exhaust is not stock size. And I think this one's been tweaked. This feels a heck of a lot more than 200 horsepower. It's got a real cold air intake, not the kind that just sits in the engine bay sucking warm air. This one goes right down to the front of the bumper. It also has the XRS sway bar up front here. So this thing corners like a demon. I've only done a couple things to this. I gave it a new radiator and a new clutch. So again, these things get wrung out, and I plan to keep that tradition alive, and I'm going to wring this one out. All right, we're just coming up to a stop sign, and we're just going to run it through the gears. So we're in second gear, and that's 80 kilometers an hour. And we're in third gear. RPMs are about 5,500, and I'm doing 60 mile an hour or 100 kilometers an hour. And just going into fourth. There's fifth, RPMs are 3,000 at 100, and there's 6 speed. The old fog lights, original ones, totally trashed. So last winter I replaced these two fog lights with some funky yellow ones. They work well, but within about 2 weeks, highway commuting, stone chip, blew that one out. My commute is a bit of a nightmare in the winter. That's why I like me some beaters. So this guy is missing some other stuff that this package came with. It's got like spoilers on the front. The back is a different bumper. I'll show you that here in a second. But this guy was missing this piece, the front spoiler. But I picked this up off of Amazon, and it snaps in there. I got the clips for it. That goes there. It also has little spoilers that go on the front bumper on both sides. They're missing as well. But I'm going to try and track those down. These things usually get ripped off in the winter here. Anything that's low-hanging fruit is going to get pulled off. Another cool feature on the Matrix is if you don't want to open up the full hatch, you can just pop the glass. and it has it on its remote, or you can do it on the dash, and you can pop it open just like that. Just an awesome feature if you're throwing in your bullets or whatever, your groceries. I'm not going to go into the full meal deal on the Matrix. There's tons of reviews on them when they came out, but basically this is a Corolla. They called it a Matrix. I don't know why, but it's a hatchback Corolla. But when these seats fold down, it's all in the same plane. So you can actually, you know, car camp in there or whatever, load this thing up. I had a vintage display case I picked up not long ago, a couple weeks ago, and I stuffed it in here and it fit. And the people were looking at me like I was mental. They figured there's no way this thing's gonna fit, but it was 5 feet long by, I think it was 40 inches wide, and I stuffed it in there and it fit, man. Very cool that way. So great utility vehicle. I'm a worky Joe, so I usually have my working gear in there when I go, maybe some other stuff, but my boots, size 11.5 work boots, is I can shift gears in this thing with these big flapping feet. These XRS versions only came fully loaded with all the options. I took out the old original radio. Actually, it wasn't original. Here's the old Kenwood radio that was in this thing. The left side speakers didn't work. I checked the hookups. It was something to do with this, this head unit. So it is gone. The interior is awesome. I had this thing fully shampooed when I got it. This one does have some hail damage, and it will no doubt get some more. Out here, if you've got a car that's been around here for this many years, you're definitely going to have hail damage. So there it is, guys. 2004 Matrix XRS, still rolling. These things are awesome. Love this commuter. Just an awesome car, cheap as dirt, and just great fun. A couple other differences from this to the regular Matrix. This has four-wheel disc brakes. It stops on a dime. Really impressed with the braking. It has 17-inch rims. These are not the originals. These are Volkswagen rims, I believe with an offset of 35. So it kicks them out a little bit. I do have the original 17-inch rims that came with this, and they have snow tires on them at the moment. Oh yeah, the suspension is also different. This is a little tighter than stock regular Matrix or RS. I got a tiny bit of rust on the front of it right there from stone chips, but I'm going to add to that rust and probably to the stone chips. So I can replace those plastic headlights. That was kind of the deal back then. Actually, my RX 300 had the same kind of thing, and I can swap those out. You can buy aftermarket headlights for this thing. I'm not going to probably bother with that. We're in second, just merging onto a highway here. That was 80. We're in third. There's 110. Going into fourth, and now we're just cruising along. I'm gonna pop it into fifth and back down to sixth. Awesome little commuter. You can pick these up for a couple $1,000 ish, and this one is the first gen. The second gen, it's not the same engine. It's not half as fast or half as fun. This is the 1.8 liter 2ZZ-GE engine, and this is a high performance non-turbo, so naturally aspirated engine from Toyota. It features the VVTL-i variable valve timing and lift with intelligence, and it just hauls butt. It's just a great fun unit for sure. You cannot buy these in all-wheel drive. They only came in a 6-speed with a front-wheel drive, so there's no all-wheel drive options. If there were, I would pick one up tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm really loving this car. Another beater to the list.